Hey guys, I'm Chip. This is Guardian. Say hello, Guardian. Say hello to everyone. Yeah, cute, isn't he? Right. So, we're talking about the PlayStation 5 and bots. Yes, we are. About the scalpers. So, I've been watching the PlayStation and Sony websites, right? Because I'm in the UK, I've been watching it for all over, and yet they have not said nothing about scalpers. But here's the thing that gets me, guys, that really gets me. Somebody decided to sell the plates, you know, in the PlayStation 5 to make their own, to make it your own, right? So, excuse me, I'm having a smoke. I don't smoke in my house, right? Because Guardian's lungs, okay? So listen to this, right? So, Sony PlayStation wrote to them and told them if they don't take it down and they don't stop and they don't give the customers the money back, Sony is going to take them to court and sue the company. So the company wrote to everybody and said, I am sorry, but we can't no longer sell the personal plates for your PlayStation 5 because we've been told we have to turn it down, right? They jumped down their throats within seconds, like days of them doing this, right? And yet the scalpers on eBay and Sony did not jump down eBay's throat. Did not say, you can't sell this. There's the PlayStations, they're reselling them for extortionate prices. You can't do this. There's got to be a law. Well, there is. There's what they call a technical law, right? Which is you can't sell as a seller unless you have a license to pay tax and stuff like that, right? Now, if you're selling more of the same item, you're a retailer. If you're not licensed to sell the stuff, then you can't sell the stuff legally. So eBay is actually breaking the law. But does the police care? No, of course not. And why? Because they're too busy saving lives and running around stopping people getting COVID and helping the paramedics and helping people. They haven't got time to run around after all these people. So what's the answer? Well, there's plenty of answers. So give one answer, right? One answer is that PlayStation opens the mobile stores, right? Their own mobile stores in all the countries. And in them mobile stores, you book an appointment to go down and pick up your console in that area. Same with Microsoft. On launch days, they should, for a week, open mobile stores in every city, in every country around the world. Right? Or Amazon, Asda, Argos, the American ones as well, Best Buy and whatever in America, what they should do is close their stores and open them to appointments only. So, you know how you do pre-orders, you can also do pre-appointments to go in and pick a PlayStation up or an Xbox. Now, everyone's been saying to me, have you got one yet, Chip? No. And the reason why I haven't is I did pre-order, but unfortunately I have an appointee and he went on holiday and forgot. So, wasn't their fault. It just happened, so I lost my pre-order. But hey ho, you know, that's life, being in care, right? So, but everyone's going to me like, what you have in the PlayStation, or you have an Xbox? What are you, a PlayStation or Xbox? Because they can't work it out. What and whatever the game is. So I like both. I like all of them. I like playing on all consoles that make it easy for someone with autism, learning difficulties to play on. Right? Because they all play the games, the same games, but you have different experiences. Technology confuses me a lot and probably confuses a lot of people, right? So what I go on is the look of the consoles, and I like all the console looks, how the game plays, and storage. That sounds stupid, but what's the point of me buying more storage and buying more stuff if because I play the game first, and then being autistic, I like everything in control because I'm also OCD. So I play a game first, and once I played it, I'll play everything single way I can, and then I'll go on to another game. Because if I don't, I'll forget what game, like where I was at the game, and I have to start again because I can't read. I'm word and number blind, right? So I think all consoles are brilliant. Anything that helps somebody's mental health has got to get 5 stars out of 5. Right? I know everyone's going, oh, you've got to buy this TV and you've got to have this console because it's better. And I've noticed that people are shouting at each other, and Xbox is better than PlayStation. PlayStation's better looking. PlayStation's got this, Xbox got that. But to be fair, every single console out there is helping people in this pandemic. It's helping people's mental health. It's making it a little bit more bearable. When you're having a panic attack and you go on and play your console, it's sort of, you still have your panic attack, but it's not as severe because your brain is somewhere else. Also, when you're lonely, you go online and you play and talk to people online. It makes you feel like you're part of something. Like the gaming community is like a family. So it makes you part of something. So this is why I like gaming. It's not just about the games. It's about, I mean, look how the gaming community got together, right? Once the Scalpers started. See, the Scalpers don't realise one thing, guys. Is the fact that the gaming community is universal. It doesn't matter about your colour skin. It doesn't matter about your skills. It doesn't matter about what you know, what you don't know. It doesn't matter about your illnesses. It doesn't matter about mental health. It doesn't matter how you behave. You know, in respect of like the way you behave online and stuff like that, but not as like, it doesn't judge you. The gaming community doesn't judge who you are or what you are or how you are. Right? It doesn't matter that I'm autistic, learning difficulties. If I go online and I say, look, I'll play alongside you, but I can't read. I'm word and number blind. So therefore, you know, I'll have to learn the game first. No problem. We've got you back. It's never a problem. If you're lonely, you can talk to the gaming community, and the gaming community all get together and help. I mean, they're all trying their best. They even pre-ordered consoles when they didn't have to, and still chasing consoles when they've got their own to help others. See, so the gaming community is why I play, and it doesn't matter whether they play Xbox or they play PlayStation or they play Switch or they play PC. It doesn't matter, because although to a lot of people it's just a game, but to people who don't understand, to the gaming community, it's more than that. It's a family of people that get together, and if any problems happen, they're all there helping each other. And it doesn't matter if they're as far as America, UK, or Africa. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. We're only a click away from each other. And that's why I like playing the games. It's not about... yes, obviously, my favourite games are strategy games like Witcher, World of Warcraft, because, again, you're playing online and everybody helps each other in that situation. And if you don't know something, you just YouTube it, right? And there's so many people that are on YouTube trying to help people understand gaming, understand what's going on, keeping up to date. I mean, I've seen people stay up, like a lad in America, he's got MS, and he's staying up till all hours in the morning to help people, and you can see he struggles after 8-9 hours of talking. He's struggling with his lungs, he's coughing, you know, he's trying his best, and he's got his console. He could just go, you know what, I'm too sick, this is making me ill, I can't do it, and just cut everyone off. But he doesn't. He stays in there and he helps, and that's what it's about for me. It's what this is about. And scalpers out there, yous are lower than the low of lowest, right? Obviously, you don't need the money in the first place, because there's no way a normal person who's got a normal job, who does normal things, could afford 45 consoles or 100,000 consoles. Nobody's got that kind of money, not in a pandemic, a normal amount. So it's these rich people who've got nothing better to do with their time, like to manipulate people, like to, you know. And I know a lot of people are going to start saying, oh, but Chip, it's supply and demand. No, it's not. No, it's not supply and demand. No, it's not. It's nothing to do with supply and demand. And any one of you lot that are actually trying to get a console off these people on eBay and stuff like that, they're not real. I mean, you know, they haven't got the laws in place to protect you as a customer. Your console breaks, well, phone Sony. What do you want me to do about it? I just got it off Sony, phone Sony. They can't replace it. If you get it from somewhere like Tesco's or Argos or Game or wherever it is, Walmart or wherever it is, Target or wherever, you'd be able to. You know what I mean? You'd be able to go back and say, excuse me, this is broke, or this is damaged, or I'm not happy with the way this is performing. Don't worry, we'll get you another one. But going to these people, you buy a console, and at the minute, because on launch day there's lots of things going wrong with them, you really need to be secure enough to be able to go, okay, I've got it, but it's broke, I need to send it back. These people aren't interested in whether your money's being wasted. You pay £2,000 for a console, and they're not interested in giving you your money back. And what are you going to do, phone the police? Like I said, the police have got so much. They're looking after people with COVID. They're not just, the police aren't just out there, right, getting crime. They're not just doing that. They're trying to help people. They're vulnerable in our society. They're trying to go and make sure they're safe and okay. And you know, the police are social workers. They're care workers. They're emergency services. They do everything. They're not just there to stop crime. They can't stretch any more thinner. So the console is going to be the least. And let me ask you a question. You're spending £2,000 on a console. Is it an oxygen that, you know, it's not oxygen. It's a console, right? So think of it this way. Yes, you're disappointed you ain't got none, but all the games that are coming out in there are still coming out on the PS4 or the Xbox, right? Eventually, you will get one, and even better, it would be sorted. You might even get, for the same price, extra memory, and you won't have to go out and buy another £200-300 worth of memory because it'll be included. Like the PS4. Right, when it first come out, the PS4 Pro, everyone ran out, got the PS4, and loads of things was happening, and that I didn't. I waited, and I got my PS4 Pro last month, right? And I look back at all the issues, and I haven't got none of the issues. And Sony said that they're gonna support the PS4 Pro and the PS4. For the next 2 years. So the console is only going to get better and get cheaper, because the more stuff you add to it now, if you buy it now, the more stuff you add to it, that it's going to cost you a lot more money. It's not going to be just the $399 digital and the $5. You've got all the other stuff to add to it. Whereas you could buy the bundles after Christmas. It's only what we've got about a week left of November. Then we've got December, January, February, March. Come on. We've waited a year for this. You can wait another 4 months. And in them 4 months, I guarantee you'll get a console. And it won't be with all these problems. And I think it's brave for people to get launch day consoles. And I'm grateful for them to do that, because they're going to go through all the heartache and having to send consoles back and having to call PlayStation up and Xbox and Microsoft and say, look, do you know what I mean? This problem, that problem. And you know what? Probably some of them won't be playing theirs anyway. They might be having the console sitting there, but they might not be able to play it. And I think it's brave of them to do that, because I ain't got the guts to actually get one on launch day and having the stress of not being able to play, or it keeps crashing or things and I have to wait for updates. It's nothing more than having something there you can't use, worse than having nothing there. And in the meantime, there's nothing stopping you getting the digital versions on your Pro, downloading your PS4 digital versions, and then when you move to the PS5, move it over. But I'm guaranteeing you there's going to be a bundle where they're going to put more storage on and more stuff to it. Because of all this, they're going to try and convince you to buy an up-to-date one. And there's also, I've heard in the pipeline, there's also going to be different types of sleeves and stuff like that for your consoles, for the Xbox and everything, and the PS5. So, judging by the stress that's happening to everyone at the minute, like I said, launch day consoles, for the lucky few who've got them, aren't as lucky as you think. Right, I've seen it when they're saying it's not working, it's crashing. I can't put it on rest because it crashes. I can't play the game properly. It keeps crashing down. I can't get the speed up. I can't do this. I can't do that. And I feel sorry for them, because they're the ones that are like the guinea pigs, if you like. So we get the better console in the long run. So chillax. But please don't buy from these scalpers. Because here's the thing. Take a scalper that has 47 consoles that sits there and says, well, I don't care about your feelings. There's a little hint for you right there, that if they don't care for your feelings, therefore, why would they care how they stole your console? Why would they care if they haven't smashed your console? How do you know they haven't been kicking your console around playing football with them? They're not gamers. So they're not interested in doing the games. So how do you know how they've been treating your console, or where they've been storing them? They could have been storing them in a wet, damp shed, for all you know, right? And you could be having a lot more problems. And they don't care. They were clear on that. He was very clear. He said he doesn't care about your feelings. So if he doesn't care about your feelings, he won't care how he treats your console. He just wants that money, right? So here's the thing. What's he going to do with 45 consoles no one touches? Bring the price down? We're not interested, because by the time they've tried to bring the prices down, we would have them all up and running, right? I'm telling you, I get it that you might be desperate for it and you think, I've got $2,000, I might as well pay for it, right? I need it. My kid needs it. I promised him for Christmas, blah, 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 blah. But if they've got a PS4 or they've got an Xbox already, they're going to be playing them games anyway. So just buy them a game that has just come out for the next gen, but in their PS4 Pro or their Xbox X. One X or something. But get them an Elite controller that can go on the new Xbox. Get them something nice for the Pro. But at the end of the day, for that amount of money, you could have got the two big consoles, the Xbox, and the PlayStation. But you could have also got a really good damn gaming computer for the same price. Do you know what I mean? £2,000 in the pandemic when we're all on furlough and stuff like that. It's not worth it for them to sit there laughing at you because they've probably stored your consoles in the worstest place they possibly can. They don't care about your feelings. They won't care about how they store the consoles, how they give it to you and how they sell it to you, because you have no legal rights to ask anything back from them if it's broke. Go check it out on eBay and that. You have no legal rights because they're not a company. So therefore, if your console's all smashed up when you get it, or scratched or damaged, you can't send it back. They're not interested. They'll just swap their names and sell it somewhere else. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth supporting them and you getting nothing in return. And especially when you're separating your hard-earned cash the way they want it. If you want scalpers to stop, then don't feed them. There's no more I can say about that, really. Do you know what I mean? They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your console. They don't care. Like, in the retail shops that you know that if anything goes wrong, you know that they have to take it back and they have to give you a replacement. In retail shops, you know, like Amazon UK and that, you know that they have to, and if a driver steals it, you know that Amazon has to give you the money back. But if they send it and you don't get the console, who are you going to complain to? What, the police? Who are you going to complain to? Say they say to you, oh, if you buy this console, you'll get it by December the 2nd, the 3rd, next day delivery, stuff like that. So what if you don't? Where's it going to go? Where can you go? You're at the mercy of these people who have no empathy, have no care about your feelings. They made that very clear. Now, don't get me wrong. If they waited until after all this lot and did it then, like without a pandemic, they wouldn't have had this chance. Don't forget, they're using people that have died of this pandemic. They are using this pandemic and our weakness to gain. Here's my thought on that, right? Here's my thought. Because of the pandemic, we can't go to stores and line up like we used to do and camp out and stuff, because that's part of it all, isn't it, right? Part of the hunt. And half of us actually enjoy part of the hunt because there's a lot more of us doing it, right? But because there is a pandemic, they're doing everything online. There's not a sporting chance. So scalpers can just take it out your basket. There's no sporting chance. Right? It's not even a sport if they're using stuff and you're just using a bow and arrow and they're using like bombs. It's like fishing. If you've got a fishing rod and you're in a fishing competition, would you give money to the person who puts dynamite in the water and blows up the fish and gets 1,000 fish? Would you accept that? Would you accept that if you're fishing with your fishing rod because you're in an angling competition, let's say, right? So you're in an angling competition and you're all sitting there and you've all got your fishing rods and you're sitting there and you're all catching the fish with your skill and with your fly, and you're all, you know, you've spent weeks preparing, spent weeks getting your fishing rod ready and everything like that. You're sitting in your boat and then you hear boom. You turn around and there's these two people in a boat that have just dynamited the water and is just scooping up the fish, and then they're declared the winner. Would you be happy with that? Well, let's take football. If you're not fishy people, let's take football. So would you be happy that you're in a cup final, right? And they tie your legs together and they leave the other team free. And on top of that, they take away your goalkeeper. And they say, you've got to play like that. Would you think that was fair? Would you accept that and say, yeah, okay then? And they say, but I tell you what, if you give me £2,000 right now, I'll untie your shoelace. And you don't have to play in the final. But then you've got to put someone else in your place. A neighbour, a friend, a family member. Would you do that? That's the same thing as paying a scalper. See, each time you pay a scalper, the scalper will say, I need to get more because the demand's high. And then you're putting other people at risk of not getting what they're getting because you've sacrificed them for your personal need. And as a gamer, that's not what gaming's about. If you don't believe me, right, look, go on YouTube, right, and see how many people in America, in New Zealand, in Australia, see how many people are actually helping people get consoles that have already got their console. See how many people are ill and willing to stay up, like that lad out of MS, with MS. He's staying up 8-9 hours doing live streams to help people. Now that's a hero. But each time you buy a console, what you're saying is, I don't care. I don't care that me paying 1,000, 2,000, whatever it is, dollars, pounds, whatever, at least I get my console. You're not a gamer. You're not from the gaming community. Because people from the gaming community wouldn't do that to each other. The gaming communities, they help each other out, no matter what weaknesses they've got, no matter what strength. We all help each other out. So, you getting it from eBay and getting it from a scalper just so you can play on it, just so you can have it. If you turn around to the gaming community and say, yeah, I got it from a scalper, everyone will turn their backs on you because you're sacrificing someone else. Because each time somebody buys from these people, these scalpers, it's given them more opportunity to get more. But if you don't and you say, hold on a minute, I'm a gamer. I have principles. We all stick together. We're not going to buy from you. We'll wait. We'll help each other out. What the scalper's going to do with 1,000 consoles that they don't play? How are they going to try and get rid of it? One scalper on there is trying to do a lottery where a ticket, where you buy a ticket for £1 something or whatever it is, and then they draw it out. But you really trust these people to actually draw yours out? It's a scam. It's not real. Just pretend eBay doesn't exist. Catch you later.